Today's best bets.
Chelsa, I have to say, I have no idea what you're betting on today. I don't know how many bets you're making. I don't know where you're going to bet. But it is your time. You have the stage, so give us some winners.
Yes, clearly I am in my most confident zone entering this best bet segment, but I'm going to go with a rushing attempt prop on Thursday Night Football between the Commanders and Bears. And I already hate myself for playing this, but I'm going to go with Brian Robinson, the running back of the Commandos. I want to call him the Commandos, the Commanders, just because he has been the lead back since coming back. He has this great story of he missed games because he got shot, and now he's back. He had 9 attempts last game. But here's the thing, where it's difficult to look at these trends in numbers and say, well, this is the reason I'm playing this, because in every single game this year, the Commanders have been playing from behind against some pretty good teams. If you look at some of the teams they had to face the Eagles and the Cowboys. So that is very different than facing this Browns team that, if you look at the matchup, they're one of the worst teams at defending the run. So I think the Commanders are going to go to the run more often than this one. So I'm going to go Brian Robinson Jr. over his rushing prop, 11.5 for -120 over at BetMGM. And you add in the fact that Carson Wentz is also dealing with a bicep strain. He's still going to play in this one, but clearly is not 100%. So I think the Commanders finally lean on the run game a little bit more. So I'll go Brian Robinson over his rushing attempt prop, 11.5 for -120 over at BetMGM.
All right, let's get into this. Commanders, Bears. Yeah, I'm going under 38. Am I going to watch this game? Maybe not. Maybe instead of taking a Xanax tonight, I'll just put this game on in the background and lull myself to sleep. These are two terrible football teams. Carson Wentz can throw, but he is facing a top 10 pass defense, and no one is worse in points per drive than the Commanders. Conversely, Justin Fields faces a leaky secondary. I don't think he's good enough to take advantage of it. This money has pushed down the number, the total in this game. I think it's the right side. Primetime unders have been moneymakers anyway this season, going 11-5, and the weather is going to be cold and windy. I think we hit another primetime under here with an ugly football game. Give me under 38 between the Commanders and the Bears. Chelsa?
God, now I want to tell you on that. That's the thing. Like, I am not good at making decisions because there are so many things that are just like calling to me because Jenks, I feel like you're right. And that is the first play that stuck out to me. But no, me's like, I don't want to play an under. That sounds terrible. But we'll ask the 8-ball and see what he thinks.
All right.
So now let's bring on the 8-ball.
Holy crap. Magic 8-ball.
That's right. And maybe, this will be more entertaining than the entire Thursday Night Football game. So listen up. The 8-ball is speaking. All right, 8-ball, do we like Brian Robinson Jr. over his rushing attempts prop of 11.5 for -120? 8-ball says, most likely.
Oh, see, if you're looking to get out of your feelings and some positivity, there you go.
I can't wait to lose by the hook. I feel like that's coming. Anyways, pushing my negativity to the side. Do we like the under 38 in tonight's Commanders and Bears matchup? 8-ball says, outlook not so good.
Oh, you know what, buddy? I don't need it. It's all positivity for this guy. I'm even for the week. I got 4 bets tonight. It's either feast or famine. Let's go, Chelsea.
4 bets?
By the way, I have 4 bets tonight. I never do this. I got a couple football bets. I got 2 hockey bets. I'm going in. If you want to see Chelsea shake up the old 8-ball, you can always count on that coming home. Just go to twitch.tv/BetQL. That is twitch.tv/BetQL. Despite her negativity, she's shaking it like what's that instrument? The little thing with the Mexican
maracas?
Instrument? The maracas. Yes. She's shaking it like a maraca. It's twitch.tv/BetQL. Where else you going, Chelsea?
God, I'm laughing because people are probably listening to this morning show and thinking, good God, this girl is negative. Somebody get her off this morning show. All right, so I have decided to officially play this one. I'm going to go with Shane Bieber of the Guardians over a strikeout prop of 5.5 strikeouts for even money against the Yankees. I think this is clearly just a fact that Shane Bieber is a strikeout pitcher. We have seen the first game of the series being very low scoring. And plus, last night on the broadcast, they kept saying, Cal Quantrill's not a strikeout pitcher. Well, he got 5 strikeouts. He got a strikeout prop last night against these Yankees bats that I feel like are usually feast or famine. They're either hitting home runs or they're not scoring at all. And that was kind of the case last night. Even Aaron Judge had 3 strikeouts last night. So I think I'm going to go with Shane Bieber over his strikeout prop. He is way more of a strikeout prop pitcher than Cal Quantrill. So let's do that for even money. It is a solid price on a guy that has won a Cy Young before. So let's go Shane Bieber over strikeout prop, 5.5, even money. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, let's get through the rest of my bets here. I don't normally play a lot of props, but I am going Carson Wentz to throw a pick tonight, -110. Carson Wentz is a mess right now, constantly under pressure. He's been sacked 20 times this season because his offensive line is an absolute mess. He's thrown 6 picks this season, has thrown at least 1 interception in 5 of the games he's played this season. Didn't exactly get a ringing endorsement from Ron Rivera this week. And that Bears defense is ranked in the top 10 at stopping the pass. It's going to be windy, 20-mile-per-hour winds. And now we hear that Carson Wentz has a bicep strain, so he's unhealthy as well. Carson Wentz to throw a pick, only -110 at BetMGM. All right, guys, it's hockey time. Let's get to it. Predators taking on the Stars tonight. Nashville on the money line at -135. Great spot for the Preds. They've already played 2 games this season, albeit overseas. This is the season opener for the Stars. Nashville, one of the toughest places to play in the league. UC Saros was fantastic against Dallas last year, went 3-1 with a 1.97 goals against average, while the Stars are generally anemic on offense anyway. Preds, -135 on the money line. And finally, the Caps and the Leafs tonight. I'm going to go over 6.5 goals. It is juiced to the over at -125. Second night of a back-to-back for both teams. We're going to see tired legs, plenty of goals. Darcy Kemper didn't inspire a lot of confidence last night here in D.C., so if they go with Kemper or Samsonov tonight, that gives me pause, and we're talking about 2 of the highest-scoring offenses in the NHL last season. Going back to last year, on no days of rest, the over between these 2 teams, a combined 10-1-1. I am following that trend into this season. Caps, Leafs, over 6.5, juice to -125. Woo!
Hockey. Back to blindly doing your bets because I don't really follow hockey, with the exception of the Preds. That's my team here in Nashville.
That is your team. Well, let's find out what the Donkster has to say. Do your BetQL 5-star best bet for insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets. Download the BetQL app. Donkster, you have lost 9 of your last 10 bets. What is your explanation? He says, Dad, that's why I'm betting hockey. Sabres money line +105 against the Senators. I love Senators. I love politics. Donkster, you are so dumb. He's lost 9 of 10. I would recommend tailing this guy or fading him, actually. I would not tail him unless he's just due for a win. He's got to be due at some point, right, Chelsa? Whew.
You'd think.
Coming up next, you would think. One would think, but you just never know.